Imagine standing next to a building that is 20 stories tall, nearly 4 football fields long, and capable of floating on water. That is the modern cruise ship, a marvel of engineering that is essentially a self-sustaining city in the middle of the ocean. To understand how something weighing over 200,000 tons doesn't just sink to the bottom, we have to look at the physics of buoyancy. Even though these ships are made of heavy steel, they are mostly filled with air. This creates a massive volume of empty space that displaces an equal weight of water. As long as the ship is lighter than the water, it moves out of the way. It stays afloat. Think of it like a giant metal bowl. As long as the inside stays dry and full of air, it won't go under. People often wonder how these top-heavy giants don't tip over during a storm. If you look at a cruise ship in port, it looks like a skyscraper sitting on a tiny base. But the secret is in the center of gravity. Most of the heaviest machinery, the massive engines, the fuel tanks, and the water desalination plants, is located at the very bottom of the hull. This acts like a weighted keel on a sailboat, pulling the ship upright, to make the ride even smoother for passengers who might get seasick. Engineers installed stabilizers. These are large, fin-like wings that fold out from the sides of the ship underwater. When sensors detect the ship beginning to lean, these fins tilt to create lift, counteracting the force of the waves and keeping the decks level. Propelling a vessel this size requires an incredible amount of power. In the past, giant shafts connected engines directly to propellers. Today, most modern ships use azimuth thrusters, often called pods. These are massive electric motors housed in waterproof casings outside the hull that can rotate 360 degrees. Because they can point in any direction, a captain can maneuver a massive ship into a tight harbor or even move it sideways without needing a tugboat. The electricity to run these pods comes from a central power plant on board, usually powered by giant diesel-electric generators or, increasingly, liquefied natural gas to reduce emissions. Beyond the engines, the logistics of keeping thousands of people alive and happy at sea is a staggering feat. A large ship might carry 6,000 passengers and over 2,000 crew members. Every day, the kitchens produce 30,000 meals. To handle this, the belly of the beast contains massive walk-in freezers and dry storage rooms stocked with tons of flour, thousands of eggs, and mountains of fresh produce loaded at the start of the voyage. Nothing is wasted. Advanced pulpers and digesters process food waste, and high-tech incinerators handle trash, while specialized systems treat sewage until the water is clean enough to be released back into the ocean. Fresh water is another challenge. You can't exactly run a pipe to the middle of the Atlantic. Instead, cruise ships are equipped with their own desalination plants, using a process called reverse osmosis. They force seawater through extremely fine membranes to remove the salt and impurities. They also use evaporators that harness the heat from the ship's engines to boil seawater and capture the fresh steam. This creates millions of gallons of water every day for showers, swimming pools, and drinking. Safety is the final, most important piece of the puzzle. Every modern ship is built with a double hull, meaning there is an outer layer and an inner layer of steel to protect against leaks. The interior is divided into watertight compartments with heavy steel doors that can be sealed instantly to contain any flooding. High up on the sides of the ship, you see the lifeboats. These aren't just rowboats. They are fully enclosed, motorized vessels that can be launched in minutes, each carrying up to 300 people. From the bridge, officers use advanced radar, GPS, and sonar to navigate, constantly monitoring weather patterns to steer clear of the very storms the ship was built to withstand. It is an incredible blend of physics, luxury, and technology that allows us to explore the world's oceans in total comfort. Thanks for watching.